how it goes. The Bridges podcast was really good. Yeah, that R.A. the Reggae Man, that was an interesting guy to chat with for sure. I wish I would have, man, I've been so busy the past few days. I wish I would have had more time because after the show, I started looking at, I started going through some of his music on YouTube, and now I really wish I would have, listened to and watched, because I would have asked him more specific questions. I looked up the Vietnam song that he did and everything. Yeah, I think I would have had better questions for him. But it was fun to chat with regardless. It is very interesting. It's a little diva-ish, but it's very interesting like how much of a crossover there is between careers in music, careers in influencer land and YouTube, careers in acting. Like there's so many of the same problems. It's so funny listening to him. Like, yeah, when I was 18, I was unhinged, but then I figured my shit out and I calmed down. And yeah, like people are gonna fuck you in the industry early on when we didn't know what was going on. It's like, yeah, all of this shit happens. Yeah. Would you have Knox Hill on Bridges? He was a semi-pro/pro soccer player with his rap and rap breakdowns. Maybe. The people we're trying to focus on is I want pretty large figures. I am cloud hungry for my show. Or people that can have really good conversations, or people that are very much within my sphere of stuff that I'm working on. This channel is so kind of messy in terms of like what's been uploaded and what hasn't been uploaded. Jesus, it's very messy. Well, I'll have this figured out in a couple days. I'm trying to think of who. The first one we had was Jeremiah Johnson. That was kind of like a warm up on everything. He seemed like an okay guy. Not like exceptionally entertaining, but like kind of in our wheelhouse. But that was okay. Episode 2 was Ryan McBeth is a very good conversationalist. He's large on YouTube, and he covers something that's within my wheelhouse. Ryan McBeth would be like the golden trifecta invite. The Krasenstein twins were another really good invite in my wheelhouse. Good conversationalists, decently large size, at least on Twitter. JJ was a really good person. I don't know if he's pretty big on YouTube, isn't he? JJ McCullough. I don't know how to fucking say or pronounce this fucker's name. Yeah, 1 million subs. Good conversationalist in my wheelhouse. JJ, what was next? Adam was good. A little bit outside of my wheelhouse because it was movies, but still decent guy to talk to. Good size. Richard Lewis was fun to chat with. A little outside, a little inside. I guess personally we've got the history there. Tom was fun to talk with. Tom is a really interesting guy. He's very mature for his age. He's figured a lot of shit out for being 21 years old, and he's like pretty, he's got a good like grasp on trying to stay humble and not like go way over the edge, which I can't imagine. I can't imagine being that young and making it that far. He's got really good self-corrective patterns, I guess. Yeah. Turkey Tom, Chris Cappy. That was I had no idea who that was. Erudite has either gotten really fucking lucky or she's got a good mind for people to invite. The Chris Cappy, I had no clue who that guy was. That guy was he was a good conversationalist, super interesting, kind of in my wheelhouse, yeah, for the weapons of military and everything. No, absolutely my wheelhouse, yeah, and also large channel, yeah. And then Rugged Man yesterday, that was super random. I wish we would have known a little bit more. I should have spent time. Kyla did all the research and had written up like a document on stuff. And I didn't have time to read it. He was a really good conversationalist, though. Fun to chat with. Yeah. These guys have all been good. Have all been really good so far. Is there like a unified point of this podcast? I remember ages ago you wanted to do a podcast where you interviewed experts on stuff. Right now, I think the large, like the very broad macro goal is just bring on people and have like interesting, in-depth conversations that wouldn't really be appropriate for a stream format. Like I don't know for some of these guys about like, hey Ryan, do you want to come on and chat for 2 or 3 hours, like on my live stream? It just feels a little weird doing it on a live stream. It doesn't feel as appropriate. And there's also a different energy in person too. Like when you have somebody in person. When we'd ask you to something about pop culture thing. Oh, yeah, because, yeah, anytime he's like, oh, was it? And like, bro, if you're looking at me for questions on pop culture because you're forgetting something, I'm never going to be able to answer the question. I have no idea. What do you think is the timeline for you starting your own media company? I don't know. Within, like, hopefully, like, moving in that direction within 3 years. Having the podcast going was, like, the biggest first step, though. Like getting the foundation for this was probably the hardest thing. You should invite Ayla on. I think she's invited. I think. Will you address the stable allegations? Oh, Jesus. Invite V on anything else? I think she's on vacation. Just watching a ton of Law and Order. You and JJ had very good chemistry together. You should do more things together. Yeah, maybe, yeah. JJ was really good because it's very fun to have people who you can disagree with and then explore those disagreements with. That's one of the things I like about Pisco the most. There was more depth to R.A. the Rugged Man. You should have watched his interview with Gavin McInnes. Yeah, I just don't... It's really hard for me to dig a lot when I don't have a good understanding of the person because I don't know how far I can go or push. Like, I was already, like, asking questions about his dad or his family. That was already, like, hitting the edges of what I was comfortable with because I just don't know him as well. So...